Chosen one, step into your royal destiny. The crown is yours. This is not just a title. It's a divine announcement, a sacred decree from realms unseen that confirms what you've always felt deep within. You were never meant to live an ordinary life. You were never designed to blend in, shrink back, or dim your light. You were born with a divine assignment, a heavenly lineage, and a royal calling coded into your very DNA. You were chosen not just to witness greatness, but to embody it. And now, the moment has arrived. The crown has been prepared. The robe has been tailored. The throne has been waiting. It's your time to rise. Chosen one. If you're reading this or listening to these words, this is more than just a coincidence. This is alignment. The universe is shifting. Energy is building. Your royal destiny is being activated. But before you take your throne, stay with this message until the very end. Your soul is being infused with truth, courage, and power. And as you're listening, write your warmest wishes in the comments below and type the number 99 to declare your alignment with divine royalty. This is the moment where wishes come true, where the universe responds and the unseen becomes seen. The energy you release is coming back multiplied. You are not begging for a blessing, you are walking into your birthright. Now, chosen one, like this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. From the beginning, you've been marked, set apart, watched by the Most High. You've walked through fire, not to be burned, but to be refined. The pain didn't break you, it built you. The rejection didn't block you, it redirected you. The delays weren't denials, they were divine pauses, aligning every piece in your favor. And now, the delay is over. You are stepping into the version of yourself that was prophesied, prepared, and preserved. You're not waiting for permission. You've been given the scroll. The anointing is active. The season of confusion is ending. The season of coronation is here. Every obstacle that tried to stop you was proof of your calling. Every betrayal, every storm, every loss you thought would destroy you, it all carried secret instructions for your elevation. They didn't know who they were messing with. They saw your humanity but couldn't recognize your divinity. They mistook your humility for weakness. But now, they'll see the truth. Because when a chosen one accepts the crown, heaven celebrates, and the earth responds. You've always felt the pull, haven't you? That subtle yet powerful knowing that your life is meant for something more. That your path, no matter how rugged, leads somewhere majestic. You've seen glimpses of it in your dreams, in your moments of silence, in the way your heart swells when you imagine a greater life. That wasn't fantasy. That was prophecy. That was your spirit remembering the truth. And now it's time to live it. The crown represents more than wealth or status. It represents dominion, divine authority, sacred responsibility. You're not just being blessed so you can live in luxury. You're being blessed so you can lead with purpose. Your elevation is not for ego, it's for impact. You are becoming the example, the evidence, the living testimony that it is possible to go from overlooked to overblessed, from broken to breathtaking, from wandering to ruling. Chosen one, your royal destiny requires you to stop playing small. You can no longer apologize for your power. You cannot shrink just to make others comfortable. Your light is not too bright. They've just been living in the dark for too long. It's time to embrace your difference. Your uniqueness is your weapon. Your story is your crown jewel. No one else has your journey, your resilience, your fire. That's why you've been chosen. That's why the crown fits only you. Let go of the false identity the world tried to place on you. You're not a failure. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You are chosen. You are favored. You are rising. When you step into your royal destiny, the past loses its grip. The opinions of others become irrelevant. You stop chasing validation and start walking in revelation. You were made for this. You were born for this. There's a reason you didn't quit when it got hard. There's a reason your spirit stayed strong when everything else felt like it was falling apart. You were being fortified. You were being trained. Royalty isn't handed out casually. It's bestowed on those who've proven they can carry it. And you, chosen one, have proven time and time again that you are ready. The doors that were once closed are now swinging wide open. The resources you lacked are now being released. The connections you prayed for are being sent. The dreams you buried are being resurrected. This is the moment when the heavens declare, it's time. No more delay, no more hiding, no more waiting. You are the answer. You are the leader. You are the one the world has been waiting for. And now you're no longer looking for the light. You are the light. You're no longer asking for direction. You are the way. You are the signal that it's possible to go through trials and come out in triumph. That it's possible to lose everything and still rise with more than you had before. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They're symbols of royalty. Every scar tells a story. Every bruise proves you survived. And now, they become part of your royal robe. You don't need a title to know who you are. The crown doesn't make you royal. You've been royal since birth. But now, the crown is the confirmation. It's the visible evidence of an invisible truth. People may be surprised at your rise, but heaven is not. Heaven orchestrated it. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment was working together to prepare the path. And now your steps are being ordered into palaces you once only dreamed of. So walk with your head high. Speak with authority. Move with purpose. Own your power. When you walk into rooms now, you're not walking in as a survivor. You're walking in as sovereign. The atmosphere shifts when you speak. The energy changes when you arrive. That's the power of royalty. And it's not arrogance. It's awareness. You know who you are now, and you're no longer afraid to show it. The time of being overlooked is over. You will no longer be the last to be chosen. You are the chosen one. You're not chasing anymore. You're attracting. You're not proving. You're positioning. The world will adjust to your presence because you are no longer adjusting to its limits. You are walking in your divine frequency now, the frequency of favor, the vibration of victory, the rhythm of royalty. You are not just stepping into a new chapter, you're stepping into a new realm, a higher level of existence, one where you don't have to struggle to survive because you were born to thrive, one where your name opens doors, one where your voice carries weight, one where your vision manifests with ease. That's your royal destiny, and you are aligned with it now. You are rising with clarity, with confidence, with a conviction so unshakable that nothing can move you off your throne. Even when storms come, you remain grounded. Even when enemies talk, you remain focused. Because kings and queens don't respond to every bark. They stay locked into their mission, and your mission is too important to be distracted. You've been given dominion. You've been given authority, and with that comes the responsibility to lead, to heal, to inspire. There is royalty in your voice, wealth in your thoughts, power in your presence. You are not average. You are not common. You are not replaceable. You are one of one, and the world will never see another like you again. That's why you're being elevated. That's why the crown is being handed to you, because no one else could carry it the way you will. Every step you take from here on out is sacred. Every decision you make is divinely guided. Every room you enter is part of the divine map unfolding before your eyes. And even when you don't see the whole picture, trust that the crown knows. Trust that the divine is orchestrating every move for your highest good. You've walked through the valley, and now you rise to the throne. You've endured the night, and now the dawn is breaking. You are the prophecy fulfilled, the testimony alive, the chosen one rising. Chosen one. As you continue walking into your royal destiny, let this truth echo deep within your soul. You didn't come this far just to make it halfway. You didn't endure years of inner battles, heartbreaks, and silent tears to settle for mediocrity. Number, you came to reign. You came to establish something that shakes the foundation of limitation. You came to walk in divine confidence, knowing that heaven itself backs your every step. And now, the crown isn't a dream. It's a reality. The kingdom isn't far off, it's within reach. It's time to walk like the royalty you've always been. This isn't about pretending or performing. This is about returning to your true self. You don't have to force what you were born with. You don't have to chase what is already yours. Everything you need to fulfill your calling is already in you. The crown is not a new thing being placed on you. It's the revealing of what's always belonged to you. The unveiling of your spiritual inheritance. And now, the world must recognize what heaven already knows. There is a shift taking place in your energy. You've already felt it. A calm knowing, a deeper trust, a silence that speaks louder than words. You're no longer reacting to the noise. You're moving with intention. That's what happens when royalty rises. You no longer scramble for crumbs when the feast has been set in your name. You don't run after validation when you know who sent you. You don't compete, because royalty doesn't compete. It reigns. People will look at you differently now, and not everyone will understand it. Some will question your growth, your confidence, your glow. Let them. Their confusion is a sign that you're evolving beyond the box they placed you in. But hear this loud and clear. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your transformation. Your only responsibility is to honor your calling, to wear your crown without apology, to carry your light without shame, to walk in your divine authority with grace, purpose, and unshakable peace. You were never created to fit in. You were designed to stand out. And this royal path will require you to walk alone at times, but not in loneliness, in leadership. Not everyone is meant to come with you. Not everyone can handle the altitude of your anointing, but don't let that discourage you. Let it empower you. Because the fewer the distractions, the clearer the vision becomes. And your vision, chosen one, is about to manifest in dimensions you've never seen before. You're entering a season of divine appointments. Conversations, opportunities, and doors that seemed impossible will now open with ease. Not because of who you know, but because of who you are. The energy you carry is magnetic. The frequency you're vibrating on is royal. You are no longer trying to prove you're worthy. You're embodying worth itself. And the universe is responding accordingly. When you speak now, people will listen. When you move, things will shift. Not because of ego, but because of alignment. You've aligned with your royal assignment. The moment you accepted your crown internally, the external began to adjust. It's all catching up to you now, your abundance, your favor, your breakthrough. And it's not coming in pieces. It's coming in fullness. It's coming in power. Chosen one, you're not just stepping into abundance. You're stepping into legacy. This isn't just about you being blessed. This is about generations being transformed because of your decision to rise. Because you chose to break cycles. Because you dared to believe bigger. Because you refused to die in the valley. You're becoming the blueprint. You're becoming the inspiration others will follow. You're becoming the proof that royalty was always in your bloodline, even if it skipped generations before. Your crown is your consciousness now. It's your awareness of divine identity. And it's growing stronger every day. You'll notice how things that once triggered you no longer matter. You'll notice how the opinions of others carry less weight. You'll notice how you protect your peace like it's priceless, because it is. That's the royalty in you maturing. That's the crown adjusting to your mind, body, and spirit. You're not forcing transformation. You are becoming it, effortlessly. You'll notice how new doors begin to open, not because you begged, but because you believed. Not because you chased, but because you chose alignment. You've released desperation. You've chosen dominion. And that shift is what makes the crown sit perfectly on your spirit now. It's not a physical thing. It's energetic. It's divine. It's seen in how you carry yourself, how you handle challenges, how you move when no one is watching. There will be moments where the crown feels heavy, times when the responsibility of your calling feels overwhelming. But remember this: royalty isn't about ease, it's about endurance. You were built for this. Your strength wasn't developed in the spotlight, it was forged in the shadows. You learned how to reign when you were rejected. You learned how to lead when you were left behind. And now, that inner strength is the foundation of your rise. The crown doesn't take away the battles. It gives you the wisdom to win them. It doesn't remove adversity. It empowers you to overcome it. That's what makes you unstoppable. That's what makes your story powerful. That's why your light is impossible to dim. Because you didn't wait for conditions to be perfect to rise, you rose anyway. You didn't wait for applause to begin. You stepped into your calling while others doubted you. You moved forward even when your hands were trembling. And now, the same ones who questioned your worth will witness your coronation. The same ones who overlooked you will be the ones sharing your story. Because when a chosen one rises, the entire atmosphere shifts. And you don't rise with arrogance. You rise with grace. You lift others as you climb. Because royalty knows the pain of being misunderstood, and you choose to be the light in someone else's darkness. You are not just a ruler. You're a healer, a guide, a torchbearer, a symbol of what's possible when someone refuses to settle. Your rise is a revelation. Chosen one, this is just the beginning. There are levels you haven't even imagined yet. Realms of influence, streams of income, dimensions of peace, and expressions of love that are about to flood your life. The crown is just the start. The empire is forming. The legacy is writing itself. And you are the lead character. The favor that's about to fall on your life will silence every voice that ever doubted you. The success you're stepping into will speak for itself. You won't need to announce anything. Your glow will do it for you. Your presence will speak louder than your past. Your elevation will be undeniable. Because heaven has decided, and no force can stop what's been ordained. This is your royal season, not someday. Now. Not when you have it all figured out. Now, not when others give you permission. Now. The moment you accept the truth of who you are, everything begins to align. Resources, people, favor. It's all connected to your belief. The deeper you believe in your divine identity, the more the world will reflect it. And so, rise. Not with fear, but with fire. Not with doubt, but with divine certainty. This is not the time to question your power. It's the time to walk in it. You are royalty. You are chosen. You are crowned. And the world will never be the same because of it. You're not just stepping into your royal destiny, you are embodying it. Every breath you take now echoes with authority. Every step you make reverberates with power. And every decision you choose from this moment forward shapes the new world you are building. This is not a fantasy. This is a divine unfolding. A moment so sacred, even the universe stands still to acknowledge your arrival. You have been appointed, anointed, and now you are being announced. Your presence is no longer silent. It carries the roar of destiny fulfilled. Everything that tried to stop you is now beneath your feet. What once stood in front of you as a mountain now crumbles before the force of your inner truth. That's the weight of the crown. That's the fire of your purpose ignited. You're no longer reacting to life. You're shaping it. You're commanding the flow. You are the architect of abundance, the ruler of your path, and the sovereign of your vibration. Look at how far you've come, chosen one. You didn't always see the crown. In fact, for years, You may have questioned if you were even worthy of one. You've known what it's like to feel forgotten, to be pushed aside, to walk through life wondering if your efforts would ever amount to something more. And yet, you never gave up. You carried the weight of your mission in silence. You cried in secret. You hoped against hope, and that hope was not in vain. Every silent cry was heard, every late-night prayer stored, every invisible effort counted. And now, the reward is rising. The old you has been retired. The old patterns, the old mindset, the old language of lack, it's all behind you. You've entered the realm of kingship and queenship. You're no longer repeating cycles. You're breaking them, no longer playing small. You're commanding space, no longer begging. You're being blessed. It's your divine time to reign. The wealth, the visibility, the recognition, the influence, it's all coming to you because now you are aligned with your authentic identity. You've stopped trying to be what the world wanted and started walking in what heaven declared. That alignment is magnetic. That clarity is a portal. And now, doors are opening not by chance, but by divine decree. The world will call it luck, but you'll know better. You'll know it's the result of years of preparation, unseen growth, and spiritual obedience. You didn't skip steps, you stayed faithful. You didn't chase clout, you stayed true. And because of that, you're rising in a way that no one can deny or replicate. Your rise is not manufactured, it's miraculous. And chosen one, let me remind you, royalty comes with responsibility. This destiny is not just about enjoying blessings, it's about being a blessing. It's about using your voice to free others, using your light to illuminate the path for those still walking in the shadows. You are becoming the answer to someone's silent prayer. You are becoming the reflection of what's possible when you don't quit, don't fold, and don't forget who you are. You've been given authority now. Speak with it. Move with it. Declare with it. Your words create reality. Your thoughts summon outcomes. You no longer live by default. You live by design. And that design is embedded with royalty, favor, overflow, and divine support. You've tapped into a frequency few ever reach. A level where manifestation is natural, where intuition is heightened, where fear no longer lingers. You are not just stepping into royalty externally, you're becoming it internally. Everything around you is beginning to reflect your rise. People will treat you differently. Circumstances will start folding in your favor. Delays will dissolve. Barriers will vanish. Because when the chosen one steps fully into divine identity, even the winds respond. Even the unseen conspires for your elevation. This is what happens when you move in sacred authority. The crown doesn't just change your posture, it transforms your path. And no, it won't always feel easy. There will be moments when the weight of it all feels overwhelming. That's normal. That's part of the process. Even royalty feels pressure. But here's the truth. You're stronger than the pressure. You were built for this. You were molded in the fire for this very hour. You've passed the tests. You've endured the process. And now, the throne is your portion. You don't need to explain your favor. You don't need to justify your blessing. Some people won't understand how you're rising so fast, how you're glowing so brightly, how you're commanding attention without saying a word. Let them wonder. Let them talk. Your results will speak volumes. Your fruit will testify. Your life will become the evidence of divine endorsement. As you continue walking this royal path, you'll notice that your priorities are changing. You no longer chase noise. You value silence. You no longer waste time. You protect your energy. You no longer seek external validation. You are rooted in internal knowing. And that is the essence of royalty. That is the mindset of a chosen one. From this moment on, let there be no more hesitation. You are not on probation with your destiny. You are fully accepted, fully empowered, fully activated. And because of that, you are unstoppable. The battles may come, but victory is yours. The winds may shift, but your foundation remains firm. The journey may stretch you, but the reward is certain. You are becoming a magnet for miracles, a portal for prosperity, a light for the lost. You are royalty in motion, and nothing can stop what's already been written. Every day you wake up from now on, remind yourself, I wear the crown. I lead with love. I walk in truth. I reign with peace. I attract abundance. I bless others effortlessly. I am chosen. I am ready. I am royal. This isn't hype. This is heaven's truth about you. And now it's your truth too. Chosen one. By now you've felt the shift. It's not just in your circumstances, it's in your being. Something inside you has clicked. The waiting season is over. The wondering season is over. You are no longer pacing the hallway of destiny. You're walking boldly through the doors that were always yours. This is the moment where you don't just carry the crown, you command with it. You move with divine precision. You think in terms of legacy. You see through the lens of royalty, and everything within you begins to operate on a higher frequency. This frequency doesn't come from external riches. It comes from inner knowing. You're no longer begging for your value to be seen. You know your value. You own your space. You walk with awareness. You lead with conviction. And that kind of self-possession can't be faked. It's cultivated through endurance, refined in the wilderness, and revealed in divine timing. You don't need to wait for another confirmation. The confirmation was the call. The confirmation was the survival. The confirmation was your refusal to stay down when life knocked you flat. And now, all the pieces are aligning like stars that were simply waiting for you to remember your place in the sky. You are royalty, not because someone said so, but because you were born so. You were encoded with it, crafted with intention, released into this timeline to rise with sacred purpose. The crown doesn't change you, it reveals you. It magnifies the brilliance that was buried. It resurrects the courage that was once dormant. It awakens the leader who stayed quiet for far too long. But now there's no more silence, no more shrinking, no more pretending you don't feel what you feel. You do. And it's real. That fire burning in your spirit, it's real. That urgency pulling you forward, it's real. That image in your mind of you living, thriving, creating, blessing, it's not fantasy. It's your next reality. As a royal soul, you no longer engage in what drains you. You no longer explain your elevation. You no longer try to force people to see what they're not ready to understand. You bless them from a distance and continue forward. Because royalty has vision, and your vision is too valuable to waste on distraction. You're learning that peace is power. Silence is strategy. Discernment is gold. You don't need to be everywhere or seen by everyone. What's meant for you already has your name on it. The crown works even when no one's clapping. The throne is yours even when the crowd is silent. You don't rise because of applause. You rise because of purpose. And that purpose has made you magnetic to miracles. The places you're about to walk into, royalty prepared them. The conversations you're about to have, royalty designed them. The resources you're about to receive, royalty attracts them. This isn't ambition anymore. This is alignment. This is your spirit commanding the physical world to catch up with your divine destiny. And it's happening fast. Everything that once seemed slow is now moving. Everything that was once blocked is now breaking wide open. Because the universe recognizes the frequency of a crowned soul. You've become the embodiment of favor, and people will begin to ask, how are things happening so effortlessly for you? They won't understand the years of labor done in silence, the sleepless nights, the inner battles, the spiritual surgeries, the way you showed up for others while bleeding silently behind closed doors. They won't see that, but you will never forget it. And because of it, your royalty comes with humility. Your success will not make you arrogant. It will make you more generous, more gracious, more intentional, because that's who you've always been. Someone who doesn't just want a throne. You want to build one that creates more thrones for others. Someone who doesn't just seek the spotlight. You want to reflect it so others remember their light too. And that's why heaven trusts you with this crown. Because you'll carry it not as a trophy, but as a torch. You're becoming a walking breakthrough. When people encounter you, their spirits will awaken. When they hear your story, their hearts will burn again. Because your very presence now carries an energy of permission. You give others permission to believe again, to rise again, to remember who they are. That's the impact of royalty, and that is what you were born for. You no longer just want to succeed, you want to shift atmospheres. You want to create impact, to leave a mark that outlives your name. You want to build with purpose, to give, not just to receive, to restore, not just to consume. And in that posture, you unlock even greater levels of favor. The divine has seen your heart, and because of that, you are being trusted with more. More influence, more opportunities, more resources, and more responsibility. But this time, you're ready. You won't sabotage it. You won't shrink from it. You won't second guess it. You'll rise into it, because now you know it's yours. The crown fits you now because you've grown into it. It's not just on your head. It's in your thoughts, your words, your actions, your posture. You move differently now. You rest differently now. You speak with intention. You love from fullness. You lead with empathy. And every bit of your presence declares, I am royalty, and I walk in divine truth. Let others be confused by your transformation. Let them speculate. Let them whisper. You don't owe them understanding. Your life is not their puzzle to solve. Let them talk while you build. Let them doubt while you rise. Let them watch as you become everything they never expected. Because the chosen one doesn't just survive, he or she ascends. And this ascension is permanent. This isn't a temporary high. This is a lifestyle, a mindset, a spiritual posture. You are not renting your crown. You are rooted in it. You are not visiting royalty. You are royalty. And this time, no one can strip it from you. Because it's no longer external, it's internal, it's eternal, and it radiates through every part of you. You've become undeniable, not because of noise, but because of depth. You've become unshakable, not because of control, but because of trust. You've become unstoppable, not because you never fall, but because you never stay down. And now, you are rising higher than ever before, not just to enjoy it, but to lead others up with you. Chosen one, the economy can't touch your wealth. God is with you. The world may be shifting, economies may be shaking, and headlines might be filled with fear. But you, chosen one, are anchored in something far greater than any economic system. While the world tries to measure wealth by numbers, trends, and policies, your wealth is measured by divine design. What surrounds you is not subject to the rules of man, but to the declarations of heaven. You are walking with a covering that no market fluctuation can disturb. You're not subject to recession. You're under divine provision. You are not bound by inflation. You're guided by a supernatural flow of abundance that never runs dry. You have already been marked for overflow. Stay with this video until the end, because every word spoken is releasing something powerful into your atmosphere. Let your faith lock into the frequency of this message. Drop your warmest wishes in the comments along with the number 99 to energize the universe with your intentions. When the chosen ones unite with the power of collective manifestation, doors open. What you wish for now may soon become your testimony. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Your wealth, chosen one, is not just financial. It's spiritual, generational, and protected. It's not held in earthly vaults or guarded by interest rates. It is safeguarded by divine authority. That's why you've been feeling something different in your spirit. That sense of separation, of being called out, of being set apart. It's because you are. You are not just surviving the times, you are rising above them. Others might be scrambling to find footing, but you are walking on water. You're moving in dimensions the world can't understand. And that's by design. That's favor. That's destiny unfolding. While the world is obsessed with scarcity, you are the walking embodiment of abundance. The headlines may scream collapse, but the heavens whisper creation. And in this sacred whisper, you hear your name. Because the blueprint of your wealth was not written in economic textbooks. It was written in purpose. And purpose cannot be paused by inflation, recession, or any man-made system. Your breakthrough is not attached to the next job offer, the stock market, or real estate values. It is attached to your alignment, your obedience, and your vibration. You have been sowing in silence, trusting in secret, and soon the reward will be so loud, it will silence every doubt that tried to rise against you. This is not the time to shrink or question. This is your era to expand, to upgrade, to overflow. Don't let the media paint fear in your vision. Don't let temporary conditions cause you to make permanent decisions. What's rising in you is eternal. You are building something the world cannot comprehend. Others may measure success by what's in their hands, but you, chosen one, measure it by what's in your spirit, and your spirit is loaded. It's charged. It's overflowing with divine codes that attract blessings, resources, alliances, and strategies. You're not just covered. You're chosen for a different financial frequency. That's why you're no longer impressed by surface riches. You're tuned into something deeper. You've outgrown lack in your mind, and now wealth is required to catch up to who you've become in the spirit. The economy may try to control outcomes, but you, chosen one, are not dependent on external systems. You are divinely resourced. Your source is infinite. And when your source is infinite, lack becomes an illusion. There are opportunities being carved out just for you in rooms where your name is already being mentioned. You don't have to chase the wealth. It's magnetized to your presence. You're carrying favor in your footsteps. The moment you arrive, doors will unlock. Not because of credentials, but because of the covenant on your life. You are anointed to prosper. And that anointing has no expiration date, no market limit, and no geographic boundary. Even when others are downsizing, restructuring, or stepping back, you're stepping into more. You're stepping into clarity. You're stepping into supernatural increase. You're stepping into divine acceleration. This is the season where what took others decades will take you days. What felt stuck for years will now flow with ease. This is the supernatural compensation for the seasons you endured in silence. For the tears you cried that no one saw. For the loyalty you gave when it wasn't returned. For the faith you held when nothing made sense. You didn't quit when it was hard. You didn't walk away when the pressure was unbearable. You held the vision, even when your reality screamed contradiction. And now comes the reward. Not just in finances, but in fulfillment, in freedom, in options, in elevation. You're being positioned not just to receive, but to distribute. You're stepping into a role of kingdom financier, not just to gather wealth, but to move it, multiply it, and use it to bless nations. You are becoming the answer to someone else's prayers. Your overflow will feed families, fund visions, and free generations from bondage. You are not called to just make it. You're called to thrive with such brilliance that it silences every whisper of doubt. Your harvest is not delayed. It's maturing. It's getting ripe, getting ready, getting heavy with the weight of glory. This is why the warfare increased. This is why the pressure became so intense. Because what you carry is too massive to be birthed without resistance. But the resistance was proof of the reward. You are not at the mercy of the world's systems. You are connected to a higher economy, a divine supply chain that doesn't run dry. You have favor that overrides famine. You have access that isn't revoked by recession. You are seated in places where financial collapse cannot touch you, because you're not just seated in success. You are seated in purpose. And purpose is the most recession-proof position you can occupy. Every closed door was divine redirection. Every delay was setting the stage. Every rejection was protection from a lesser version of your calling. You're walking into rooms now that couldn't open before, not because you weren't ready, but because they weren't big enough for your next level. And now? Now the rooms have expanded. Now the stage is ready. Now the spotlight has found you. You were hidden for a reason, protected, cultivated, refined, and now you're being revealed. Revealed as a blueprint, as a pioneer, as a vessel of divine wealth. You are about to manage millions with integrity. You are about to impact cities, nations, industries. Because your wealth is not just for you. It's for the vision. It's for the mission. It's for the legacy that's calling your name. You've been faithful in the wilderness. You didn't fold. And now the floodgates are opening, not slowly, not in drops, but in divine waves. Sudden, swift, supernatural. Not because you followed man's path, but because you followed divine instruction. You stayed true to the whisper of your spirit when the world shouted confusion. And now the whisper is turning into a roar. The roar of your breakthrough. The roar of your rise. What's coming next isn't just a payment, it's repayment. For every sleepless night. For every silent battle. For every seed you sowed in faith. It's being returned, multiplied, and magnified. Your name is on the list of divine release. Your hands are being prepared to carry more. Your mind is being expanded to steward millions. Your heart is being refined to remain grounded, even at the heights. Because your wealth is not attached to ego, it's attached to purpose. Chosen one. The best is not coming. It's already here. And in the next parts of this message, you will feel this truth echoed deeper. The economy can't touch your wealth because it wasn't created by man. It was spoken over you. And what's spoken in heaven cannot be undone on earth. You're not reacting to the economy. You are rewriting the narrative of what it means to prosper. While systems fluctuate and markets tumble, you remain steady. Why? Because your wealth is built on revelation, not recession. It's built on obedience, not opinion. You're being funded by something far beyond paycheck cycles and budget plans. You're backed by the vaults of heaven, and what's released to you cannot be blocked by economic policies or worldly fears. Your name has been stamped with abundance, and no system can unstamp what God has already marked as yours. You're not in survival mode anymore. You're operating from a dimension of overflow, the kind of overflow that's not limited to your bank account, but floods every part of your life. Overflow in your ideas, overflow in your relationships, overflow in your health, overflow in your confidence, and yes, overflow in your finances. You are learning how to thrive in both the spiritual and the practical, how to make wise moves while staying aligned, how to be strategic while being still. You've grown into a new level of wealth maturity, and because of that, new doors are opening without force. Chosen one, your wealth is encoded into your identity. That's why you've never quite fit into conventional paths. That's why certain things never worked for you. Because you weren't meant to follow formulas. You were designed to break them, to create new ones, to show the world that divine wealth doesn't bow to inflation. It doesn't crash with the stock market. It doesn't shrink in crisis. It multiplies in chaos. You're proof that peace is prosperity, that purpose is provision. And the world is watching how you move through storms with an unshakable center. You are not here to panic. You are here to lead. You are here to build. You are here to flow in supernatural calm, while others crumble under pressure. That is your anointing. And it's not just for you, it's contagious. Your peace will spread. Your clarity will inspire. Your faith will activate those who've forgotten what's possible. Because you've seen what the unseen can do. You've seen how the divine makes a way in deserts. You've seen how miracles meet you when logic runs out. And now you carry that knowing like armor. No crisis can take what was spiritually earned. No downturn can reach into your covenant. You are exempt from the patterns of the world because your wealth was not built on sand. It was built on destiny. And destiny has its own timeline. You're not late. You're not missing anything. You're right on schedule with divine alignment. Your rise may have looked delayed to others, but in truth, it was timed to perfection. Because what's about to hit your life now couldn't have been sustained by the version of you from before. You had to evolve to hold it. And now, you're ready. There is a reason why you've felt the inner pull to expand, even when the outer world says contract. That's the divine nudging you to ignore the noise, to trust the rhythm of your spirit, to follow the inward yes, even when everything outside says no. You are being given a different lens. You're not seeing the economy through fear. You're seeing it as a setup, a divine opportunity for transfer. Because when others pull back, the field clears. And what was once crowded becomes clear for the chosen one to step in and take territory. This is the season where territories will be handed over, not by manipulation, but by divine orchestration. The owners of yesterday will hand over keys to the stewards of tomorrow, not by force, but by alignment. And you are one of them. That's why you're being prepared now. That's why you're getting visions that seem too big, downloads that seem too far, and dreams that make no sense in this climate. Because they're not of this climate. They're divine. And divine wealth doesn't need permission from man to manifest. You are being upgraded in silence, so you can reign in power. This is the last stretch of being hidden. The unveiling is coming fast. And with it comes responsibility. But it will not feel like a burden. It will feel like a crown. You will wear this next level with grace, not arrogance. You will carry wealth like it's always belonged to you, because it has. Even before it reached your hands, it lived in your spirit. And now, spirit is becoming flesh. Vision is becoming tangible. Promises are becoming present. The divine doesn't just want to bless you, he wants to trust you. And you have proven over and over that you are trustworthy. You've turned down shortcuts. You've walked away from temptations that offered quick rewards with long regrets. You chose the long road, the narrow path, the unseen faith walk. And now the reward will not just be what you receive, but who you've become. A wealth carrier, a divine steward, a lighthouse in dark waters. You're not building for yourself. You're building for generations. You're building systems that others will inherit. You're creating a financial atmosphere that your children's children will breathe in and call normal. That's why it's taken time. Because God is not giving you a temporary breakthrough. He's building a permanent foundation. One that outlives you. One that glorifies Him through you. And that kind of legacy takes more than just money. It takes divine alignment, unwavering faith, and supernatural obedience. And you've shown all three. You are the exception, the evidence, the proof that purpose pays, that alignment attracts, that vision funds itself when it's divine. Others may say the world is in crisis, but you'll be living in overflow, not out of luck, but because you walked in covenant. And covenant wealth doesn't collapse when the world shakes. It multiplies. The whispers you've been hearing in your soul, they weren't imagination. They were instruction. The nudges to prepare, they were prophecy. The inner knowing that something big is coming, that was real. And now, you're about to see why the divine kept whispering, "Get ready." Because what's being poured out can't be contained in old containers. Your mindset had to grow. Your circle had to shift. Your language had to evolve. And now, everything aligns with the magnitude of the miracle. Stay steady, chosen one. The system may shake, but your source is stable. The world may fluctuate, but your flow is consistent. Because you are anchored in truth. And truth provides peace in uncertainty. It provides clarity in confusion. It provides wealth when the world says impossible. You are the walking contradiction to every negative forecast. You are divine disruption in human form. And your presence on earth is a sign that the economy is not the final authority. You've been called to be the lender, not the borrower. The investor, not the beggar. The distributor, not the one waiting for permission. This is your divine role. And the resources will meet you in that position. You are being positioned to be a bank of blessings, a vessel of supernatural solutions, the one who builds when others retreat, the one who hires when others fire, the one who pours out when others are empty. Because your well doesn't run dry. Your cup doesn't just fill, it overflows. You are now entering a realm where currency chases you, where blessings hunt you down, where favor finds you in unfamiliar places, where divine connections are made in seconds that shift your entire future. Why? Because you carry the frequency of fulfillment. You carry the energy of enough. You walk in the vibration of abundance, and abundance recognizes itself. The world cannot define your wealth because it didn't design it. The world cannot limit your success because it didn't authorize it. Only the Creator can place limits, and He hasn't. In fact, He's removed them. Every cap is breaking. Every ceiling is lifting. Every blockage is dissolving. You are free to rise, free to receive, free to overflow. And this is only the beginning. Chosen one, what's happening in your life right now is beyond coincidence. It's divine coordination. You're not here by chance, you're here by design. Every circumstance, every detour, every delay was a part of the divine strategy to position you above the systems of this world. You were never supposed to blend in with the patterns of lack, worry, or fear. You were created to defy them. Your presence on this earth is prophetic proof that divine wealth can exist untouched, even in a world full of instability. You are the living contradiction to what's expected. And that's exactly what makes you powerful. Look around. Systems are folding. Structures that once seemed unshakable are now fragile. Economies that once dictated people's lives are showing their flaws. But you are not bending. You are not shrinking. You are not losing your footing. You are expanding. You are glowing. You are rising like light in the midst of darkness. And every step you take is backed by a realm that never runs out. You are not subject to economic laws. You are governed by spiritual law. And that spiritual law says, increase, not decrease. Multiply, not divide. Expand, not shrink. Thrive, not survive. That's why you've been feeling the shift. Not just around you, but within you. There's a divine acceleration pushing you forward while others remain stuck. That's why things are falling off that no longer align. That's why you're outgrowing certain relationships, environments, and conversations. Your inner world has upgraded, and your outer world is now catching up. The spiritual codes within you are unlocking divine access. You're entering spaces that once rejected you. You're attracting opportunities you didn't even apply for. You're manifesting provisions without logical explanation, because heaven is your sponsor. While the world teaches that wealth is earned through endless hustle and stress, you're learning a higher truth. Wealth flows where peace resides. And you have chosen peace. You've chosen alignment. You've chosen surrender over struggle. And because of that, money will come, not by force, but by favor. You're stepping into a dimension where money is no longer your master. It's your tool. A tool that bends to your calling. a resource that answers to your vision, a river that flows endlessly into your purpose, because your purpose is magnetic. You are not chasing wealth, you are attracting it. You are not begging for blessings, you are expecting them. Because you have aligned your identity with abundance, and now abundance must align with you. You're no longer trying to convince others of your worth. You know your value. You've stopped proving yourself and started positioning yourself. And from that space of power, the gates are opening. What used to be difficult is now flowing with ease. What once required sweat and strain will now respond to your intention. Your energy has shifted. You've entered into a divine agreement with heaven. I will trust, and you will provide. And heaven has responded, I will do exceedingly and abundantly above all you ask or imagine. That is the level you are operating from now. Not man-made metrics, not external validation, but divine supply. And when you move in that frequency, the economy can scream and shake all it wants. It cannot touch you. You were built for times like this. When others withdraw, you expand. When others collapse, you create. You don't need approval to rise. You don't need permission to prosper. The only green light you ever needed was the one that lit up in your soul. And it's been green for a while now. You're just now learning how to press the accelerator without fear. The power you carry is not just financial. It's mental. It's emotional. It's spiritual. It's the kind of power that can shift rooms, break generational curses, and activate purpose in others. And this power has nothing to do with the numbers in your account. It has everything to do with the truth you walk in. That truth says you are favored, chosen, and covered. That truth says you are abundant by birthright. That truth says you cannot fail when you are aligned. Let them talk about crashes, recessions, and economic turmoil. You will be too busy collecting divine contracts, building impact, and walking through open doors. You're not reacting to the world. You are creating a new one. Your vision is birthing new systems. Your insight is funding new strategies. You are the one the world didn't see coming, but can no longer ignore. Because divine favor is too loud to be hidden. And what's coming your way now isn't quiet. It's big. It's bold. It's undeniable. You're about to enter the most fruitful phase of your life, not because of a lucky break, but because of a divine breakthrough, the kind that redefines your legacy, the kind that turns generational pain into generational prosperity, the kind that turns private sacrifice into public reward. And it's not coming later, it's happening now, in real time, in this dimension, in this economy. Yes, even now. You are a divine interruption to the patterns of lack. You're not just being blessed, you are becoming the blessing. You are becoming the investor, the builder, the mentor, the visionary. You are no longer the one hoping for doors. You are the one creating them. People will walk through your legacy and feel safer. They will step into the things you build and feel covered. They will benefit from your decisions made in silence and your sacrifices made without applause. This is bigger than you. But you've proven that you can handle bigger. And now it's being handed to you, without stress, without strain, without begging. It's being handed to you because you're ready. You've proven your faith in quiet places. You've trusted when it didn't make sense. You've sown when you didn't even know how the harvest would come. And now the harvest is finding you. You don't need to worry about how the economy looks when you are seated in a supernatural economy. Your finances are governed by heaven's economy, and in heaven's economy, there's no inflation, no deficit, no recession, only multiplication, only overflow, only divine returns. So rest, chosen one. Rest in knowing that everything is already accounted for. The bills are covered. The dreams are funded. The doors are opening. The resources are on the way. You are not behind schedule. You are right on time. And this time, nothing will delay it. Not fear, not doubt, not sabotage, not insecurity. Nothing can stand between you and what was designed for you before the beginning of time. The moment you aligned with your assignment, the flow was activated. And now you're not chasing the flow, you are the flow. You've become a walking portal of abundance. Wherever you go, blessings will follow. Not because of luck, but because of divine law. You are rewriting what wealth looks like in this generation. You are redefining what it means to be successful, generous, impactful. You are showing that you can walk in wealth without losing your soul. That you can lead with light while carrying legacy. That you can rise without stepping on anyone, because your elevation is not built on ego, but on alignment. You're about to shock everyone who underestimated your process. Everyone who thought your silence meant failure. Everyone who thought your patience meant weakness. What they didn't know is that you were being trained in the secret place, elevated in silence, empowered in hiddenness, and now your unveiling will be impossible to ignore. The economy may shake, the markets may panic, but you, chosen one, you will thrive, you will rise, and you will lead others into light. Chosen one, what you're stepping into is not seasonal, it's sustainable. This is not a temporary win, not a lucky break, and not a fleeting moment of favor. This is the new standard. This is what your soul has been aligned with for years in secret. You didn't just stumble into this moment. You were prepared for it, trained for it, refined for it. You endured when others folded. You believed when evidence was scarce. You kept showing up when nothing around you reflected the promise. And now, everything is catching up to your faith. Your faith has been the currency. Your resilience has been the investment. Your unwavering belief has been building compound interest in realms unseen. And now the return is coming. Sudden, massive, divine. The wealth that was always yours is being unlocked. Not earned by struggle, but released through alignment. And that alignment has made you untouchable to the systems of the world. While the economy zigzags between fear and scarcity, you're rising steadily into overflow. Because your wealth doesn't depend on favorable conditions. It depends on your agreement with purpose. You agreed to walk the higher path. You agreed to carry the weight of vision when others ran from it. You agreed to keep trusting when logic said give up, and that agreement has activated supernatural flow. You don't have to fight for what is already yours. You don't have to prove yourself to gain access. You don't have to compete, compare, or conform. You just have to keep walking with the divine rhythm. Because the rhythm knows where you're going, and it's leading you straight into increase. Every missed opportunity was a setup for something better. Every closed door was a divine redirection to wealth that is immune to market conditions. Your path doesn't bend to recession, it rises through it. In fact, recessions create space for your rise. When the world pulls back, your light shines brighter. When the systems struggle, your soul thrives. Because you are tapped into an eternal source that never runs out. You're no longer living from paycheck to paycheck, but from provision to provision, vision to vision, breakthrough to breakthrough. You're not just manifesting money. You're manifesting systems, institutions, and generational structures. You're not just receiving blessings. You're becoming the infrastructure through which blessings flow to others. You're no longer waiting to be chosen. You are walking as the chosen. There is no need to wait for recognition. Your favor doesn't need applause. It's already operational. Everything that seemed out of reach is now within your grasp. Not because it suddenly got easier, but because your frequency evolved. You are no longer trying to match the world's rhythm. You are operating in heaven's vibration. That's why you feel peace when others panic. That's why you have clarity when others are confused. That's why opportunities are finding you now without effort. Because you're moving in alignment. And alignment attracts everything that's meant to be. You're not in competition with the world. You're in a league of your own. Your wealth is not being calculated in bank accounts alone. but in the impact of your existence. You are valuable even before the money arrives. You are impactful even before the platforms are given. You are powerful because your essence shifts atmospheres. You don't need to prove your importance. The fruit of your alignment speaks louder than words. And now, because you've remained faithful in the unseen, you will be rewarded in the open. Not in a way that causes pride, but in a way that brings peace. Not in a way that brings pressure, but in a way that expands your freedom. The wealth that's entering your life now is tailored to fit you. It won't break you, it will build you. It won't confuse you, it will clarify you. It won't distract you, it will elevate you. The world may preach hustle and stress, but you've tapped into something higher, divine ease. Not because life is without challenges, but because your spirit no longer sees challenges as threats. You see them as invitations to rise higher. Your wealth is not coming from force, it's coming from flow. A divine flow that cannot be cut off, blocked or delayed by any human condition. Even when others lose, you win. Not because you're better, but because you're aligned. Even when others lack, you overflow. Not because you have more, but because you've become a channel. Your generosity is expanding. Your ability to steward more is increasing. The divine knows you're ready, and now the universe is responding with release. Wealth that once seemed far off is now being deposited directly into your life. Not just finances, but ideas, partnerships, favor, timing, and open doors. You're no longer reacting, you're initiating. You're no longer hoping, you're knowing. You're no longer praying from desperation, you're declaring from faith. Your entire posture has changed, and the economy of heaven responds to posture.